Well, we look professional, but somehow it's just us. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Welcome to the show, indeed, on all the major networks of Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for tuning in, and comment wherever you'd like to comment from as well, because we got some hot takes as we have in our opening, because Lord knows there's plenty of that to go around this week on the internets.
No question about that at all. So let's just get into it and let's start mangling. Let's start mangling some news, Mike, shall we?
Yes, let's get to it. Get to the camera.
All right. Well, I think we got to start with Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. So, first of all, I didn't realize that people were that into logos of places where they eat. I don't know if there's ever been a time in my life where I have chosen where I'm going to dine specifically on what the name or the logo of said thing is before I go, wait a second, no,
Right.
I'm not eating there.
This was such a bizarre and completely manufactured bit of outrage. I mean, I don't think at any point did Cracker Barrel ever say, we have to cancel that white guy that's on there.
Right.
I think you look at the old logo and go, there's a lot going on. The newer one, the old new one, is pretty generic looking, and now they've gone back to the new old one.
Right. They've gone back to Herschel.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that his name? I didn't know he had a name.
Oh, some people call, I guess, I can't remember exactly. The old timer or whatever is what Cracker Barrel officially called him. But then the Cracker Barrel diehards apparently call him Uncle Herschel.
Oh.
Rufus. I don't give a shit what his name is. Here's my big thing. Hot take alert. Their food sucks. I'm not a big fan of Cracker Barrel to begin with, so I don't give a damn what their logo is, whether it's got the white guy whittling or whatever the hell he's doing with that barrel or not. I'm not eating there. And that's the thing. I don't think half the people, you know what? I'm going to go out and say, I don't think 80% of the people that were all upset about the change of getting rid of Mr. Herschel there have ever set foot in a GD Cracker Barrel. Like Sean Duffy's gone to a fucking Cracker Barrel.
Right.
Get the hell out of here with that bull crap.
Or at the very least, because I think we've all been in a Cracker Barrel at least once. You're staying at a Red Roof Inn. You got to get back on the highway. It's early in the morning, and there it is. What else are you going to do but eat a Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Now, there are people who are 123 years old, and that's the best place in the world for them to be. And I think the rest of us, you go there either by accident or out of necessity, or you go there when you're visiting old relatives and they want to take you someplace fancy.
Correct. Because there's a gift shop in there. We're going to go down to the Cracker Barrels, and then, after we have a nice meal, we're going to sit on those rocking chairs. And did you know you could buy one of those and take one of those rocking chairs home with you at Cracker Barrel? It's just...
I like the rock candy. You can buy rock candy there.
Well, right. And I will say, they have good candy. And I will say it's nice to have some entertainment where I can jump the little pegs in the game at the table. But that's about the extent of my expertise on the Cracker Barrel.
So that's your hot take, is that the food isn't good?
Yeah, I just don't think, one, I don't think the food's good. And two, I don't think any of those jackasses that were complaining about it ever went to a Cracker Barrel.
No, nobody has been there.
Who gets,
nobody.
Yeah, who gets charged up though? That's my biggest thing is like, who gets charged up because they got rid of, who the hell cares? Where they got that dope sitting in a chair for years. By the way, he's sitting completely asinine for that, the way he's like sitting sideways on a chair, leaning on a barrel. Stupid. The whole thing was stupid.
That would get uncomfortable after a while, wouldn't it? He's really high up.
He is
really high up.
What the hell are you doing, Herschel? Yeah. And I didn't realize is that supposed to be an actual barrel full of crackers? Is that the way they're served?
Yeah. The what was it called? The you need a cracker barrel was where they would it used to be they used to be in barrels and then they started to package them, and that was when the
Oh,
horse and buggy was going out. You used to just go and just get a handful of crackers out of a barrel, and then
hey, bring that
the
back.
you need a biscuit company started putting them in packages.
Okay, well, you know what? If you're so damn jazzed you need Uncle Herschel back, bring back the damn barrel of crackers. Just get a handful of crackers for the road.
The thing, and so they said this just ain't worth it. It's stupid, and went back to the thing. And I was driving on the highway and I saw a billboard for Cracker Barrel, and I looked up. It does not have the old man on it. It's just the words Cracker Barrel. So I don't even know where that shows up.
Just in front of Cracker
I
Barrel.
guess
And I love the way you put it of out of necessity or the old person in your life wants someplace to eat and they love to just go to the Cracker Barrel.
I'm not
And
going to go as
that's
far
really
as you, Mike, and say that the food is bad. It's it's what it is. It's biscuits and gravy and lots of fried stuff. I mean, it's not it's just it's Cracker Barrel. It's not it's
it,
I don't know.
if I have a choice between, all right, here we go. If we have a choice between Cracker Barrel or Waffle House, I don't care for either, but I'm going Waffle House.
Not in the same category. Not in the same category.
Yeah, to me
It would
they
be a
are.
what? No.
To me they are.
No,
Greasy
Waffle
spoons.
House. Cracker Barrel's not a greasy spoon. Hey, I don't think
It comes
you've
off
been to
that way.
Cracker. Hold it. You haven't been to Cracker Barrel.
But I'm not bitching about their freaking
Yeah,
logo.
yeah,
I
but
don't give
you're
a
bitching
crap.
about their food.
Yes,
You
I
you
am.
you concocted this
I
whole
went
hot
once.
take. This isn't a hot take. This isn't a hot take.
It is. I've been like 3 times, and I don't have any use for it. It's not my type of cuisine.
It's not a greasy spoon.
Well, what would you equate it to then? What would be a better comparison?
Bob Evans.
Okay, I'm gonna go Bob Evans probably over Cracker
I
Barrel.
would say
I've been to a
Cracker
Bob
Barrel, Bob
Evans.
Evans, Denny's, those kinds of places,
Well, what? How does Denny's differentiate from Waffle House?
because Waffle House is just waffles.
No, they got more than just waffles.
I can get a meatloaf at Denny's for some reason.
Okay, you got me there. You got me there.
You
Waffle
can't
House
get one of
is
those.
specifically always just breakfast.
Yeah.
Denny's changes over to a different menu as it goes on. Okay. Understood. I get it now. Where do you put IHOP? Is IHOP also equivalent to Cracker Barrel, or is it more Waffle? Is Waffle
I mean,
House its own thing?
yeah, no. I mean, I think the real A and B, apples to apples comparison is Cracker Barrel and Bob Evans. I think those are,
Okay.
you know,
You know what, that checks.
when you sit down at the Cracker Barrel board meeting and they're going, how are we going to get market share away from goddamn Bob Evans? That's the kind of conversation they have, and they're real gritty like that too. They're
Yeah. Yeah.
swearing, they're mad. They've got this nice facade of being country and sweet, but the board of directors are just those sons of bitches over at Bob Evans. I went,
Well, yeah, that's what they probably did. They're probably going, all these dopes that come to our Cracker Barrel think that son of a bitch sitting out there, his name's Bob Evans. And that's why they end up going to Bob Evans. They get us confused. So we
yeah.
got to get rid of who they think is Bob Evans so they won't think of Bob Evans. So we're just Cracker Barrel. So dumb.
Where does Big Boy come in? I think Big Boy and Denny's and
Yes,
IHOP
yeah.
would be on a plane.
See, IHOP throws you off because they put the damn pancakes in their name. So I tend to equate them more with your Waffle House, but I think you're right. I think your Big Boys are more in line with that kind of. Denny's and Big Boy are kind of the similar but different. Is there Big Boys around anymore?
I don't know.
It's not the name
7074 Monkey.
for these hard hitting questions that we ask each
That's
and every
right.
week.
You want to make up an outrage like Mike just did, because he's never been to Cracker Barrel.
I've been 3 times. And
All
that
right.
was enough for me.
Okay.
It's not my palate. I'm not a big
I
fan
agree.
of biscuits and gravy.
It's not my thing.
So the whole controversy just kind of threw me for a loop. But
Okay.
I'm glad we addressed it here on this particular program. Another controversy that hit the internet. Oh,
Ah,
there it
that's
is.
nice for those kids.
It's Travis and Taylor. The caption of your English teacher is getting engaged or marrying your gym teacher. And here's my
Is that what
thing.
people are saying?
No, that what they put on the Instagram. That is the
Oh,
actual Instagram from Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey is your English teacher's marrying your gym teacher. I guess it's some like apparently it's some type of reference to one of her songs.
oh, all right,
I don't I don't know for certain.
all
I
right.
wouldn't be considered a hardcore Swiftie. But my thing about this is once again, the people who are just outraged about this whole thing, just knock it off, football fans, with the gatekeeping of oh son of a bitch, now I'm gonna have even more Swifties coming in and watching my damn game, and they're gonna have to cut to Taylor Swift more often, and now I gotta hear about this bullshit when I only want to watch football and blah blah blah. Just just relax, son.
Yeah,
Let them in.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why football fans get so mad. She's certainly not the first wife or girlfriend they've cut to in the stands. It happens all the time. Yes, she is a ridiculously huge megastar, so more people are intrigued by it. Um, and I also don't understand why does this bother people? Yes, I know. They're stars, they're rich. Should we care about them? We probably shouldn't, but we do. It's just the nature of how we ingest sports and entertainment. They become part of our life. It's been that way since the beginning of time.
Yeah, and like I said, the thing about the gatekeeping is like I understand football is huge, right? But it's also a business, and in order to continue to grow the sport, you need new eyes on the sport.
Yeah,
So if a Taylor Swift fan decides to watch a football game or is at a Buffalo Wild Wings and maybe has a question about the game or just, fawning over whatever, it's fine. It's not
right.
it's not encroaching on your ability to then go back home if it's at a sports bar or whatever, unless a bunch of Swifties come to your house that you don't know, sit on your couch and start singing Taylor Swift songs while the game's going on,
Right.
then you maybe have something to beef about. But until that happens, because it's not going to, just zip it and maybe be a little welcoming.
There is so much dead time in a football game of players just
Yes, there is.
walking around on the field looking at each other. And if the camera cuts away for 4 seconds and we see Taylor up in a sky booth in a special suite clapping for her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. If you're just listening, if you're not watching the video podcast, what are you doing? You should be here live with us. We try to do it
We were both shrugging
every
our
Wednesday.
shoulders. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The other thing is, I don't actually think they're ever going to get married. That's my biggest takeaway. I just
Okay,
think this.
that's
So
a hot take. Why?
that I just don't. I just see them being kind of like this was the next logical step, right? And we'll drag this out, see how this goes. He may be retiring at the end of this season. So
All
what is
right.
his life going to look like without football? Will he be willing to jet set around with her? Will
Yeah.
he be annoying? Will he be annoying because he doesn't have his outlet? Because athletes famously are always competitive no matter what, right? Even when they throttle back and throttle down, they're still always have that edge to them, and it's hard for them to walk away. And
But
I just don't feel like they're ever going to actually get married. I think there's just a next logical step, and I think there's going to be a prolonged engagement. I'm not saying they're going to break up, but I can see them going the Kurt Russell Goldie Hawn route of we're just together. I don't need to be married.
I think they're legit. I think they genuinely like each other. I think Taylor has certainly had her parade of boyfriends that have gone awry, and she's made a fortune off of it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't make me mad. I mean, it's going to be a
Correct.
news
Yeah.
story because they're both superstars. Whether it should be a news story or not, whatever, we can debate that. But it is. It just is. It just
And it's going to
is.
be. Yes.
Um,
Did you see
and
all the reactions
oh yeah,
of when the news broke? Of like there was one teacher I saw. that canceled class. Like, there's a video of he's just like, hey, we all just got the news. I know you're not going to be paying attention at all during this lecture. Everyone needs some time to process. So guess what? Class is canceled today. Huzzah.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. And let me ask you this. Would you equate, assuming what I'm saying doesn't happen, they do get married, would you equate this wedding to the level of the Princess Di wedding that everyone's saying?
Oh yeah, it will be an epic event. There's no question. And
Okay.
my guess is they're going to try to be as private as possible, and there will still be 7 helicopters following them everywhere they go. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but look, this is clearly a distraction from the Epstein files, and that's all I'll say about that.
Talk about hot takes. You're bearing the lead. You know who has the Epstein's files? The Cracker Barrel guy. They're in the barrel.
That's exactly where they are. That's why
they had to bring him back.
That's why they were trying to get rid of him.
Yeah,
He knows too much.
Herschel knows too much. We need to off him. Get him out of that. Get him out of the logo. Get him out of the logo. Combining our first 2 stories of eating and relationships, here is a gentleman who had just got flamed on the internet because he decided to eat a meal before the woman that he was on a date with shows up. All right. So his alibi, he goes to Reddit and says, basically, listen, I had a long day at work. I didn't get a chance to eat lunch. So I had arranged this dinner date with a woman. We agreed to meet at a restaurant at 9 p.m., but this day got away from me. And so I get there an hour early and they seat me. And so I decide, you know what? I'm starving. I'm going to go ahead and eat. Just get that out of the way. Otherwise, I'm going to be hungry. And when I get hangry, I'm a jerk. And I want to put my best foot forward on this date. So he decides to house some tacos.
Okay.
So he orders the tacos and a cocktail. By the time his date walked in, his meal was finished, but he was sipping on a drink. So she walks in thinking, okay, he just ordered a drink ahead. That's cool. Maybe he's nervous about this date. So they sit down and he says initially everything went smoothly. She gets to the restaurant. We instantly click. She's smiling and we're having a great conversation. She's touching my hand. Overall, everything's going extremely well. When she asked if he'd like to order food, he politely declined, said, no, thank you. I'm not hungry right now. So he doesn't come clean. He just says, no, I'm hungry. My tummy was a little hurt. He said, adding that he was happy with his cocktail, but she pushed back, admitting she didn't want to eat alone. He encouraged her to order anyway, telling her he was enjoying the evening. So she's like, I don't want to eat just in front of you, like, because she's got manners. Because this dope doesn't. All right. So he hasn't come clean yet. So this is the big reveal. Okay. The mood shifted dramatically when the waiter stopped by. In recommending menu items to the woman, he casually suggested she might like the tacos since her date, quote, seemed to really enjoy them. So it's the server who throws him under the bus. So he's thinking he's getting away with it. Like, no, I'm just a cocktail. I'm not real hungry. You go ahead and eat. I'm just having a great time. Waiter comes by. Hey, you ready to order? Oh, I don't know. Well, he might like the tacos because this SOB sir did. He housed him before he
had 7 of them.
He just downed him like he'd never eaten all day. Confused, she asked what the waiter meant. That's when he confessed he'd already eaten before she arrived. He said she immediately became furious, saying, I'm rude and who eats before a date has even arrived. I explained to her that my goal was to get her to know her and that the eating portion wasn't important.
Buddy, no, man, no. You are paddling and digging and trying to, this is, wow. That's a mess. So he just wanted to get to know her. He didn't want food in the way. Shut up.
Then why are we at a restaurant? If that's the case, why are you inviting me to a restaurant? Why don't we just go to a bar and have a cocktail?
If you invite the lady to the restaurant, there's going to be a meal. Now, if you're ravaged and hungry, I don't know, get an appetizer, whatever, just, knock it back a little bit. Or have another meal. That's your obligation. You have to have a second meal. You cannot just leave her sitting there eating.
No, because that's the biggest thing on a first date. I think if you're going to a restaurant that both people are cognizant of and kind of
Yeah.
self-conscious of the way they eat.
Right.
And so it's like you can't let them eat alone. And to your
No.
point, get an app, wait 20 minutes, right? You're 45 minutes early. Wait 20 minutes.
That's what the
And then
breadsticks are
to your
for.
point, order an appetizer. And then when she shows up, be like, "Hey, I don't know. I took the liberty. This is one of my faves. Hopefully, you like it too. If not, we got entrees coming out. So I need a little something to snack on before you got here." That
Yeah.
they understand. Eating a meal and then trying to pawn it off of just like, no, I'm just gonna have a drink and just get to know you is the main part of this. Bullcrap.
And it's a bigger deal for women. I mean, we've heard stories, so many stories of women who go and they get like this little side salad because they don't want to look like a pig when they're really starving. It's like, ladies, just eat. We all got to eat. We're humans. We got to eat.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but you don't leave her hanging there. That's
No.
going to make her even more self conscious.
Correct. Exactly. And this whole trying to be like, oh, I'm just trying to get to know you, and that's the most important thing. It's like, no, no, no. The damage was done. The atmosphere soured, and while she ordered and ate, her demeanor had changed completely. Soon after, she
Yes,
made an excuse to leave early. He hasn't heard from her since. Good.
of course not.
And stick him with the bill.
Of
Good. Stick
course
him
not.
with the bill.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, she
So
made the right choice.
yeah,
God,
here's somebody who said, great quote. You could have had a snack at your house, then gotten there 30 minutes early instead of an hour early if it's really that important, you
yeah,
dick.
yeah.
What an a-hole. What an
He
absolute a-hole.
he better not have split the bill too. He better have picked up the whole
Oh,
damn thing.
he better have and left a good. You know what? You don't hold it against the server for
Right.
ratting you out. He better not have been like, hey, you son of a bitch, I would have got away with it too if you didn't say something about the tacos.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut
Yeah.
up.
So I just wanted to get to know you, so I didn't want to be distracted by taking my wallet out.
Yeah, a-hole.
Warren.
Yikes. Well, if they do walk down the aisle,
Oh God.
Taylor and Travis, don't do it at this beach. Uh, this individual, the bride to be, was very upset. She was preparing to marry her high school sweetheart on August 9th when these pole dancers started practicing just behind them on the beach.
We're not back at Denny Blaine
Luckily,
Park again, are we?
no, this is over in the UK,
Oh, okay.
apparently. Wedding organizers were forced to take swift action after the pole dancers set up. The wedding coordinators at the venue kindly asked the dancers to move from the public walkway before the ceremony with 150 guests.
Yeah. And please take your pole
Thank,
with you.
well, thankfully, these pole dancers were the nice kind and decided to move on.
Okay.
Seeing the funny side of the bizarre situation, Kaylee said she wished they were able to invite the dancers to the reception, but was glad to have been told about the potential mishap, as she would have been stressed. So thankfully, the wedding coordinators caught it before too many people started sitting down. Just look at that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine standing there trying to pay attention to what's going on and the vows being exchanged
hmm
with that as your backdrop?
Yeah. I like the supervisor here too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Looks
Yep.
good, girls. Yep, that's definitely a move you would do. The She's from. I take this back. This actually was not from the UK. The story comes from the UK, but this is out in California where it transpired.
Sorry.
Uh,
Something hit the
that's all
bell.
right. She said, I had actually no idea they were doing their pole dancing class. So there's a class that just happens on the beach. Because, it's in LA and in California, the business space, office space is just ridiculously overpriced. And why pay that when you could just go to a public beach and teach everyone how to pole dance right in the open there?
It does seem silly, particularly if you're learning, because you're going to fall down and look like an idiot. You don't want to. You don't want to do that while everyone's walking by and watching.
But you can fall right on the sand, and the
hmm
sand is nice and soft.
Well, okay. All right. No, okay. You know what?
Yeah.
When we have questions about pole dancing classes, we go to Mike.
Yeah, Yes, I am. If there's one thing that I know well, it's pole dancing classes. I have many a printed out certificate of classes I have completed. The bride said at first everyone was just laughing and taking videos, but then my coordinators started getting a little nervous. After the ceremony, they told me they were there and thought it was hilarious and was grateful they moved. Where I got married is a resort, but the ceremony site does have a public walkway. Everything is public behind that. I don't know if they were doing a class or just practicing or making videos for online purposes, but anyone can technically be there, so they didn't have to move.
Right.
But they did. Thankfully, they did. And her husband's nuptials went off without a hitch, with no pole dancing in the background.
Well, good for them for being self-aware enough to know that they were potentially a nuisance.
Yes, exactly. But I think that would have, that would have added to it. And good for the bride not to freak out
Right.
wholeheartedly and go full bridezilla and like break the pole and like just beat the hell out of the pole dancers for ruining my day.
Hey, do you think she was testing her fiance? Maybe it wasn't a weird
Ooh, you think it was a
coincidence,
setup?
but she said, all right, this is going to be the final test. If he so much as looks out of the corner of his eye, we're done.
You may be right, because
That
that is
sounds,
kind of odd that it just shows up like that. I get
yeah.
that. You may be onto something, sir. You may be onto something.
Comment below.
Yes, please do.
Um, I had a massage, and I just want to begin the story by saying, totally above board. Everything was normal,
Okay.
but it
Okay.
was weird. I
Oh,
had a
okay.
I had a perfectly normal above board massage that was weird.
All right. I'm glad you prefaced that with
That's
that
important.
particular
That's
comment.
important because that's
Yes,
where people's brains go. You see a place like,
immediately.
yeah, you see something like this, and you go, okay, I think we know what's going on in there. So
Yes.
for a couple of weeks, I had this weird pinch in my shoulder. It was just driving me crazy. I could not, for the life of me, get it to move. Went to a chiropractor, and she's messing around. Went back, and she's messing around. She said, you know what? You're probably just going to need a massage. Have them work it out. Do that. Okay. Now,
All right.
I also, my time was limited because I was getting on a plane to go to Austin. I didn't want to get a massage and then undo it on the
Oh,
plane.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think,
Right.
okay, so here's what I'll do. I will get online. I will book a massage for a couple hours after the plane lands. I've got this little window here, and so
Okay.
I had some criteria. It had to be at a certain time. It needed to kind of be between airport and where I was going, and so there's a lot of variables there.
Mm, so you're whittling down the possible places to go because of time
Yeah.
crunch and proximity. Okay.
And it absolutely could not be a place like this.
Correct.
All right.
Please tell me that's not the place you ended
That's
up
not the
at.
place. No, that's
Oh
not the
God,
place.
thank God. Okay.
So I get there, and it's just a sole proprietor. And the first thing that struck me as odd was there was no intake form, and there was no waiver. Seems like in
Well, okay.
2025, there's usually some paperwork, in
You
case
would
your in
think,
case
yes.
your arm falls off or something. You don't want to get sued.
Well, just to cover both people legally as well, because there's touching going on,
There's
and there's
touching, there's
and there's
manipulating.
right, exactly, and you got to have express written consent like Major League Baseball for this
That's right.
kind of thing.
So she walks me into the room. It is lit by
Is
like
that a house?
no, no, no.
Is this
It was in like an office building.
okay? So sole proprietor, just okay.
Yeah,
All
and there
right.
were other practitioners, there were therapists, and no,
Oh,
it was
okay,
just a
kind of a
place of yeah,
shared office
yeah.
space. Gotcha. Okay, understood.
So anyway,
Understood.
she walks
I've
me in.
got yeah.
Then she
Go ahead.
walks me into the massage room, and it is lit by like just a little 10-watt bulb. I mean, so it's I just came from outside, so I can't see really anything. And she says, "Okay, just get yourself ready, lay down." Um, and so I do. She comes in, starts doing the massage, and it's fine. It's different from. I've probably only had half a dozen professional massages before, but it's just the way she's doing things, and I could feel on my back. It's like she was like digging her forearms in, which felt great, which felt great.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then, as I'm feeling her just like really pushing on my back, I realize I can sense both of her hands by my head. So
Oh, is she using her knees?
she's on the table with me, and she's digging her knees into my back, is what was happening.
Okay.
And then she says, "Would you like me to walk on your back?"
All right. Do a little back walking.
Yeah. And I kind of stammer because I've never had that question before.
Right. Yeah. This is new age, man. You're in Austin, buddy.
And that was the other thing was I was having trouble relaxing because I'm painfully aware that this is a strange massage.
Right. And so now you're tense, and she's
Yeah.
trying to do more to get the tense out, but you're tensing up more the more she asks different questions.
It felt off book, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Well, you don't go in thinking you're going to get kneed in the shoulder blade.
No, I don't go in thinking that the massage person is going to get on the table with me. That's never happened.
Well, that's a little jarring as well.
Yes.
The fact she was ninja like, she must have been very silent when she got that. That must be a very well oiled table. And the fact that she was able to mount that table and be on top of you without your knowledge until you looked over and be like,
Right.
what is touching me?
That's right. I mean, yeah. So she successfully got on the table, swung a leg over me, without, and somehow I don't know, was floating on her hand. I don't know what the hell she was doing. So she asked me, "Would you like me to walk on your back?" And I start to go, I don't know. Do I want you to walk me? I don't know. That no one does
Was that
that.
on the menu?
I just thought it was a massage. And she's like,
Yeah.
just be a couple of minutes, it'll feel good. And I must have said okay or something because the next thing I
Oh,
know,
Christ.
she's grabbing onto these poles up on the ceiling, so that it's not her full weight on me, which I appreciated,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And she was like that tall. She wasn't very big. But so she's bracing herself on these poles, and then she's walking on my back.
Did she do an Sousa? Did she like what music would you like? Would you like me to do a Sousa march? What would you like up there?
I don't know. And it was just and so it just kept there were just things about it that were strange, but none of them strange enough that made sense for me to pull the ripcord and
Stop.
go, all right,
Right.
this
Okay. Yeah. There's a little too much. What are you getting at, lady?
Mhm.
What are you getting at?
Because I
Oh my God.
was fully prepared that if I walked up and it looked like this,
You
then
were
I
gonna
was just
pull the
gonna,
ripcord right away.
yeah, just done. And or if there was any sense, and then look, I knew the neighborhood. It was again nothing dicey about it. And
Okay.
isn't that weird about massage places? Is you can see them and go, what is this?
Mhm.
You know?
Yes. I personally have never had a massage. It's not my thing. I'm just no, not for me. Like just too personal, I guess.
Mhm.
But you're right. You can see reputable, non-reputable
Yeah,
just by driving by. Just
right.
by if massage leads the way
Hmm.
on your place of business, for the most part, it's usually kind of hinky. Or if the name is just massage on the front
Just
door
massage,
and there's
something
nothing else
about
to it. Yeah.
happy,
Yes.
lily, fun, nice
Right.
massage with feet. I
Exactly.
mean, yeah, this is broken English
Yeah.
or something. So as best I can
She walks
tell,
at you.
she walks on me, um, and she wraps up. Um, I kept the shorts on, you
Yeah.
know.
That's good.
Uh,
That usually isn't that what you do usually?
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Okay. It's like
Um,
almond joy or mounds.
well, think about those muscles you got in your ass, those big ass muscles.
Oh yeah, the
And
gluteus maximus is.
at some point they got to kind of, because they're doing a lot of work there.
I guess I don't know if you're paying for full body. I guess you got to do the whole thing.
Yeah. But I didn't. The whole it was
You're
fine.
getting tense. You're getting stressed and tense just thinking about it right
I
now.
know,
You're
and
gonna
that's the
need a
thing.
massage after this show.
I might have to. Might have to. So yeah, I just walked away going, it's perfectly fine, but it's really weird, and I don't know what just happened. And it was a good massage. I felt I legitimately felt better afterwards.
Through all of that, so that tells you something.
She was
She was
really
onto
good.
something with those knees.
She was really good. It just wasn't a massage like I've ever had before.
Let me ask
And
you
now I
this.
want more.
That's what I say. That was my next question of your local masseuse. Will you go in next time and be like, hey, could you jump on the table and use your knees and then
Yeah.
maybe walk on my back? Once I
Right.
gone to that, I can't go back.
So now it's like, well, if I want that again, what do I search for? What am I looking for?
That's true. You're in that gray area. You're in
Yes,
that gray area.
yes,
You are
yes.
right in between. You're right in between this and reputable. You're right on that precipice of if you ask the wrong question, you're going to end up there, and
And I
you're going to
feel
be
bad
blackballed
because
from the
she
other
was
places.
nice and she was very good at what she did, and she was just trying to make a living, and it was again nothing was sketchy about it
No,
other than the experience.
just weird.
And
Just
the
weird.
experience was weird, but everything. Ugh.
Well, now you're going to have to just get a massage every time you go to Austin.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. God bless that woman
I've
and
never
her
been,
knees.
I've certainly, like I said, I've probably had half a dozen actual professional massages in my life, and I've certainly heard plenty of stories where people think they're getting a massage, and then you get a little tap on the shoulder of, you want a little more? Now what do you do? What do you
Yeah, you have to
do?
eject. Yeah, you just be like, no, thank you. I'm just gonna take my towel and walk over here, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
you end up at the restaurant like George Costanza wrapped up in a bed sheet asking for his
yes,
apartment keys.
correctamundo, my friend.
I don't know.
Just uh,
I've been
yeah,
talking this through with a lot of people trying to figure out what exactly nobody can help me. Nobody can help me.
it is. It's that gray area of something was off,
Yeah.
but but it wasn't what people would think if you said, "Oh man, I went to this massage place and it's a weird store." Immediately, to your point, everybody's locked in and
Yeah.
we're wired to go, "Oh, did they touch you in?" So you didn't have that, but you also didn't
She
have a
got close. I
normal.
mean, it was like, okay, you need to slow down because you got a little close there. You
Oh wow.
it just
Oh,
nothing again, there wasn't even so much of a graze, but it was like you got to watch what you're doing there. Just settle down. It's dark. I don't think you realize where you're going, ma'am.
want me to walk on your crank? Want me to walk on your crank? That's another extra charge. Yeah, I don't know. Now that you add that part of the story, I think you were. Yeah, it's more than gray. I don't know,
and
but I'm
it
glad you feel better afterward.
and I don't want to lose that point too. It was Austin, Texas. It's gonna be strange.
Every, yeah, everything's weird there, man. Right? Isn't that their slogan? Keep it weird.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah.
And so
All right.
I don't know. I think I just
Maybe
want more vanilla Midwestern massages. There, I would go to that place. Vanilla Midwestern massage. Sign me up for
massage.
that.
Yeah, that in no way would that seem like you're going to get a happy ending at the end of it. We know what vanilla means. Heyo.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no, just next time go to your massage therapist and say I want an Austin style and see if she knows what you're talking
Give
about.
me the Austin.
Give me the Austin indeed. Talk about weird. And this is from Russia, of all places. So this young Russian woman, she's 21 years old, has to go to the emergency room because her and her partner, who they don't really give his name, but I'm going to assume it's like Ivan or something along
Has
those
to be.
lines, or Boris. Um,
They only have
they
3 names
were
in the whole country.
right. Yeah. So Boris, this is in the city of Ufa, UFA. And Ufa, did she feel
Oofa.
the pain in this one? Um, so she goes to the emergency room and complains that she has spasms and pain in the old anus.
Ah.
However, despite her initial vague complaints, a diagnosis was made almost immediately after the man who brought her in explained a cucumber had become lodged inside of the anus.
Okay.
So they're having their fun, they're doing their thing, and apparently this here cucumber,
Food gets involved.
the food goes in the outdoor. normally that's the byproduct door, not the put it. You're eating the cucumber
Yeah.
wrong, ma'am.
Man,
Um,
that's a hearty cucumber too, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. So they were intimate, and it become lodged inside of her. He admitted that they had tried to extract it on their own, but to no avail. So, hey, doc, here we are. Now, my question is, um, that's a sizable cucumber, one, and two, how did it take for him to be the one to admit what's going on? You would think part of that thing would be sticking out of the pants or something along those lines, that they'd be able to tell a little bit quicker exactly what the diagnosis should be.
Is there a bite taken out of it?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay. All
So,
right.
according
Sorry.
to the report, the doctors were able to remove the vegetable and wanted her to have a rectoscopy, a procedure that examines the anal canal and rectum to ensure it was not damaged and that all the foreign object had been removed. And they're like, well, we don't have great health care and we don't have great insurance over here, so no,
Okay.
thank you. Upon further examination of the cucumber itself, doctors still had a question: why had the cucumber been bitten? They don't answer it. They just say, thank you for your help, and they then leave. Couple chose not to provide an answer and instead quietly left the hospital. However, the question of the obviously bitten vegetable remains unanswered.
It's
Do you
not.
want to know?
Do I want to know? I mean, I can figure it out. I mean, do you have an
I think we
answer?
all figured out. Oh, I think we all, the
Okay.
obvious answer is the answer, right?
Yeah. And it's not a ridiculous answer. You know, sometimes you're trying to get a handle on something and it keeps slipping out of your hands and you just can't you don't seem to have the grip, the dexterity. I could see somebody going, "Arr!" Like you're
And
trying to
trying
pull
to
a
pull
cork
it
out of
out
a
that
bottle.
way. Right. I, in a million years, never thought that, but I think you are dead on. That they were just trying to get that thing out whichever way they could, and the guy was like, "I'm just gonna hunka," and then they
Yeah,
clamp down too hard, and the next thing you know,
it slips.
and do you think at that point, right? Do you think at that point the individual in question, and I'm assuming it was him. But you never know. It could. Women are They have very good dexterity. There could be a way in which she was able to maneuver and attempt herself. It could have been her. You don't know for certain.
Okay, yeah, right.
But my biggest thing was: do you think of once that bite was taken, and I'm not a big cucumber fan, but let's just say of the cucumber scale, it's tasty. Do you think there was immediate regret of, damn it, we should have used this for a salad?
Yeah, yeah, right. I don't think he was snacking. I think that was an inadvertent chomp.
Oh no, I think there could have been real snacking. I think there could have been I think in the midst of a passionate row, he's like, "Oh man, I'm feeling a little dehydrated. Cucumber's mostly water. Let me get a
Yeah,
nice bite of that, and we'll see where the rest of the night goes." Maybe that was the issue. Had he not bit it, it could have come out easier, but instead
maybe.
he got hungry, bit it, and they didn't have enough to pull on to get it out of there.
These are all compelling theories.
Yes.
Any of
Yes.
them are completely feasible.
And if any of our followers have an OnlyFans, feel free to let us know how it works out. That can be your next video if you want. Charge extra for it. Just make sure you give us props.
And there's something that only happens in movies that makes no sense in real life. It doesn't. You, don't involve food.
No,
I
it
we
never
all
works
okay.
out.
We all saw 9.5 weeks. That and what is it? Not Grey's Anatomy. What was that? What was the Grey book?
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey?
Thank you.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy is totally different. Let me put that stethoscope right there. Yeah.
Okay, so we've all seen that, and we all go, "Hey, that sounds like," and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It
Never does.
does not work.
Yeah, whether it be strawberries, whether it be cucumbers, bananas, whatever it may be,
That
just leave the food. Yeah, just leave the food on the table. God, that is a very large cucumber.
it is. If the doctor's hands weren't in there, I don't think we would be able to tell what we were dealing with there. But that's
And at what you know what I have more questions than answers. And
Mm-hmm.
at what point do you go, hey, you know what would be great? Remember that cucumber we got at the farmer's market? Shove that you know where. Oh,
Let's get
the
out of that
Russians.
topic and into this. Whatever. What the hell's going on here?
Once again, this story just proves don't ever get in a hot tub. It's just people soup. This comes to us from Kentucky, where rescue crews in Wolfe County saved two women who were stuck in a hot tub on a Wednesday night. The Wolfe
Stuck?
County Search and Rescue, yeah, the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team reported that a group of women in their 80s were relaxing in the hot tub while staying at a remote cabin. According to the search and rescue team, when it was time to get out, two of the women couldn't because of pre-existing issues. Why the hell are you getting in there then?
Yeah.
If you
That's.
have pre-existing issues.
I mean, it's right. There's a warning on hot tubs and jacuzzis of saying, "Do not get in here if you have any sort of issues."
Right. So the two women began to overheat
Okay.
and showed signs of hyperthermia, not hypothermia, before losing consciousness. So they're in there and they can't get out. It's very much that old medical alert bracelet. I'm falling and I can't get up.
Yeah.
It's like I'm overheating. So another member of the group got in the tub with them to ensure they didn't drown and called 911.
So now we got
Can you
three people
imagine the
stuck. Yeah. No, I can't. I
yeah?
can't imagine, and I don't want to.
Can you imagine that 911 call? Hello, I have two of my friends stuck in a hot tub, and we're in a remote cabin. Could you come here quick?
Okay. When I saw the headline, I didn't read the story. When I saw the headline that they were stuck in the hot tub, I thought that they had gotten themselves wedged.
Oh, well, that would make sense. That
You know,
is a
like
misleading headline.
when the Grinch goes down the chimney and he just can't.
Right.
That's what I was picturing.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
But that is not. That is not the case.
Okay.
The wolf.
The
They
arthritis kicked up and they couldn't get their knees moving and then they passed
correct.
out.
Yeah, then they almost pass out. The caretakers of the cabin all responded, as well as the search and rescue. EMS crew also requested, but was not immediately available because it's out in the middle of the Bufu. Search and
Mhm.
rescue team reported that by the time their crew arrived at the scene, the caretakers of the cabin had already gotten the two women out of the water. One of the women was partially responsive, but the other was unresponsive and deemed to be in critical condition.
Good God.
Yeah. Crew member trained as an EMT assessed the two, and the woman in more critical condition was taken to the cabin shower, where she was cooled down in the shower with cold water and ice. So
Hmm.
they had to rush her, poor old woman in her 80s, rush her out of the hot tub and throw her in a cold shower.
Yeah.
The other woman was cooled down in cold compresses and ice until she was taken outside and cooled down with the hose. Oh, because the one was in the shower, they had to hose down the other hot old granny. Oh man. Got to hose her down prison style.
Right.
About half
Put
an
some
hour, the
cold
woman began
cucumbers under her armpits and see if it'll lower her temperature a little bit.
to shove those right up there. That got that straight from the freezer. Take a hunk out of that one, Granny. After about a half hour, women began to recover and were taken to a nearby hospital for further treatment. Search and rescue team said the incident serves as a reminder to limit soak times in hot tubs and to make sure you can exit the hot tub before you enter. Or, as I said, just don't get in a hot tub because it's people soup. No.
Yeah, I don't. That's just. Man, they thought that that was going to be nice and relaxing and just did not think it through to the end, and they almost
No.
perished in there.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you even imagine that's how you go?
Yeah. With your friend, you and your friend.
Yeah, exactly. You
A
both.
double funeral.
How they do it? Well, they were soaking in the old hot tub. One
Yeah.
little Epsom salt in there, and they both passed on and left their mortal coil in that hot tub.
Mm. Well, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was bad knees and not that they got themselves wedged in there like a wine cork.
It would have been funnier if they were wedged in there, though. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Of course.
That
it
would have
would.
been funnier. That would have been funnier.
Well, this is probably the most Bill Belichick story of Bill Belichick stories.
Yes.
It's been a big deal. He and Jordan Hudson have been dating or whatever it is you do when you've got that kind of an age gap between you. Um, He got mad. He didn't like that people were asking any questions, and she did too.
I know. It seems all contrived, to be honest with you. And the fact that, as you said, she's trying to trademark Gold Digger, and he's okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but I mean, I guess it could be an inside joke. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I don't know. I'd be a little offended if my girlfriend at that age was like, I'm going to trademark Gold Digger. It's like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Because you can't date somebody 50 years your senior without somebody making that assumption.
Right. And I guess credit they're leaning into it, but it sure
Yeah.
seems more of a this entire setup just seems like a cash grab.
So his Belichick's management company is now trying to trademark the term gold digger with the intention of making gold digger jewelry and keychains. Keychains?
What? What are you, a tourist trap?
Yeah. Belichick 73 and Hudson is 24. She was a cheerleader. Now it seems Belichick want to capitalize on their criticism. They filed a trademark under Hudson's direction, filed 17 trademark applications, including Chapel Bill, Bellustrator, Trail of Salty Tears, No Days Off, and The Belichick Way.
Oh, Christ.
That, you know what? You do that kind of stuff, and people are going to say, you're a gold digger.
Yeah. And then she got that covered too. She trademarked that too.
When you are going out of your way to capitalize on everything, not just gold digger, but Bellustrator and Belichick Way.
Well, here's the thing. It's just so weird of Belichick, as we knew him as a coach, was so tight ship. I'm the captain of this thing. No one else say dick. I'm going to run everything. I have my tight schedule. I'm this football genius, and nothing happens that I don't know about, and I'm running this whole thing. And now it's like his family is concerned about him, and rightfully so, because this is so against type. And I understand at 73, maybe you're lonely. You spent your entire life just doing football, and this 20 something comes and starts fawning all over you.
Mm-hmm.
But it still just seems so weird.
Yeah.
Just weird.
Yeah, and let's pretend that they're in love. They were meant to be together. The stars aligned, and this was meant to be. Still weird. It
Yes.
does. It doesn't. It just invites more scrutiny and assumptions that she's a gold digger,
To
which isn't fair
think,
to her. I mean, what is he? He's a crazy old man robbing a cradle. I don't know what he. It's like we always go after
yeah,
the
yeah.
women.
Why don't you go ahead and copyright Cradle Robber? That's
Yes.
another one you could probably do.
How
Do it
about
that way.
creepy old man trademark?
I mean, it just boggles my mind that these type of relationships happen in the first, because we know. I don't mean to. I know love is blind, but there is no what is their conversations like
Mm-hmm.
outside of, I'm going to trademark your stuff. We're going to get clicks. I can kind of basically do whatever I want because he's in bed by 7. And then I get to go out every night and then come home, and he's up there waiting for me at 4 a.m. because that's what he does. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
No, I
fact
know.
that yeah, the fact that 50 years like, he could be her grandfather. Just
Well,
just think about that for a moment of when you were in college or, of that age. Just let me just put it this way for you. When you're out at the bar at age 21, right? And there's a lady that you know or a friend of yours or whatever, and then your grandpa comes in and starts making out with her. Weird. Absolutely weird.
yeah. You better be really, really, really in love.
They're not. Or really, really, really loaded. Hence gold digger jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't helping, Jordan. You're just not
No.
helping.
Well, I don't think she cares to help. She's just trying to get the clicks.
Well, I guess just doing it for the click. Yeah, I mean yeah, you make a really good point. Is that she's going to be sitting there on the couch, doing this on TikTok while he's saying,
Hmm.
uh, you remember Conway Twitty? And there's no way to have a conversation.
Correct. Do you remember Hee Haw? No, I know TikTok. I don't know Hee Haw. I mean, it's just.
We got a story where a guy I guess he played the lottery. He was one of these people you see all the time. They go into the same convenience store, they grab a scratch off, they maybe win a couple of bucks every few days, and that's it. One day, this guy walks in to Hobbs Carroll Motor Fuels that we see there in the picture.
Now there's a massage place for you. Good old. You go to Hobbs Carroll Massage,
right? And lubricants.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to get one of those $20 scratch-off tickets. $20 scratch-off tickets.
Why the hell are you buying a scratch-off for $20?
Oh,
I mean, it worked out for him, but I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know if it's maybe it's the difference between penny slots and putting a dollar in. Maybe you win more if you spend 20.
Right.
But man, yeah, you see those things in the machine, and it's like $20.
So this economy.
So he walks in. He's got a crisp $20 bill, and he says, "Pick me out a winner." And son of a gun, she picked out a winner.
Oh, damn.
Now what?
Correct.
He says. So he's standing there in the convenience store.
Oh, they always do. And there's 8 people behind him trying to get the fucking work. Just want the Knob Carroll coffee or whatever the hell it is. And this dope is being, pick me out a winner, sweetie. And, oh, good to see you, Joe. I'm just going to stand over here and scratch away. Get out of my way, old man.
So check out this sequence of events. Pick me out a winner. She hands it to him. He starts scratching. And he says, "At first I thought I won $100. Then I thought I won $1,000. It just kept going. I called my wife and said, I just hit this sucker for $1 million."
In front of everybody?
And went home.
Oh,
and the cashier is standing there going, not that she is owed anything, technically. Technically, she's not owed anything.
Did he at least get her work schedule so that once he collects, he can go back and give her a little something? I mean, it's $1 million. I understand after taxes, it's probably
doesn't matter,
400,000 or whatever. But
he then said, "I plan to use my prize money and save it for retirement." Give her something.
She needs at least $100.
Something, yeah. Give her $500. You won't miss it.
Correct. It's at least $100 you should give her.
It would make her day.
Yes, the people that work the counters at gas stations, they're doing God's work. Can I just say that there is an individual who works at the Wawa that I frequent quite often because the food at I would rather eat at Wawa than Cracker Barrel. There, I said it. At me in the comments. At me at the comments. That food is way better than the Cracker Barrel crap, and they don't have any controversy about their logo. But anyway, she's there all the time. Nicest person in the world. And if you're going to scratch off in front of the person who picked the ticket for you, whatever you won, she needs part of. I'm sorry. That's on you. You shouldn't have scratched it in. If he had gone home, scratched it in his own domicile, in private, cool, fine. He can do what he's doing right now. But you made it public.
She knows.
And now she knows, and now she needs a little something back.
Comment below or call us on the monkey line, 707-4-MONKEY. What is the threshold? Let's say he won $100. Does he owe her anything?
I think he should probably give her back the amount of the original ticket that she chose. So,
it's not like she had magic fingers or anything. It was just the next one in the roll.
But she chose that one. He didn't choose it. She chose. He went in and said, "Here's $20." pick me a winner. She could have chose any one of those things, but she chose that particular ticket. And so if he wins $100, I think she gets 20. I think
Okay.
whatever the denomination would have been, right? Had he gotten the 5, if he came in with a 5 and said, "Hey," that's the bare ass minimum. If
There's
he
got
came in with a 5 and said,
but
"Pick me a winner,"
Senator, you are avoiding the question.
okay.
My question is, what is the threshold where you start to have to share?
Oh,
So if he scratched
$100.
off $40,
He
does he
doesn't have to
or
share.
does he doesn't have to share?
No,
100
I
on a
I think
$20
100.
ticket? He
I think
he he
100's the
needs to share?
threshold.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm
yeah.
not
I mean,
disagreeing. I'm just curious cuz she didn't do anything.
she picked the winner.
She didn't pick a
She
winner.
picked the. She did pick a
She
winner.
picked a
She could have
random
picked any
card.
of them. Correct, and it happened to be a winner.
There's
So
only a
that
there's
do you
only a
give her?
couple. There's only a couple $20 tickets. You can't.
Well, that's true. He did kind of have a certain bias set in
Yeah.
by saying, "Pick me a winner of the $20 one."
They're mostly fives and ones.
Right. There's some tens in there too.
Yeah. But it's a for him just to say, "Oh, and I called my wife and said I just won $1 million and I'm going to put it in my retirement," and he just sort of walks out. He just walks out the door, never to be seen
Yeah.
again.
No, you at
You
least
dick. That sucks.
I understand that you don't have the money on you right then. That's why I said at least get her information and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's the work schedule? I appreciate what you did. I'd like to show you that appreciation and give you a little some of the winnings." Doesn't have to be a ton, but I think in that situation, that's at least $100.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm
Does it
just.
say that? Does it say that he went back at all?
It just. I mean, this just happened this week. It seems like, and he's obviously not like so many lottery winners. He's trying to stay anonymous because everyone comes out of the woodwork, including the cashier. Um. I don't
Yeah,
know, man. Yeah, this isn't good. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't either.
Should we do Twismo?
Yes, let's do Twismo. Sorry, my phone is blowing up here, so my apologies.
That's okay. Do we need to
Twismo.
stop?
No, Twismo.
Okay. All right, it is time for This Week in Slow-Mo, and as you can see, we have chaos a-brewing with several people involved in what appears to be a game of musical chairs.
Oh.
And as is the case so often in these This Week in Slow-Mo videos, the initial source video moves really, really fast, and we have to slow it down to experience exactly what happens. So let's all watch together.
What? That's like WWE wrestling there.
It really is. It really is. Let's watch that again.
And then the squash. Then the squash after. The initial impact, then the squash after.
Yeah. They're all laughing. I think everybody's okay.
Okay, let's hope so.
Let's slow it down a little bit.
Oh, coming and going.
She comes in like a tank,
She does.
like a semi, and just takes that girl out of the chair.
That is a spirited exchange right there. That woman
Holy
really wanted to win.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's kind of start here with the lady in the turquoise dress, because she's the first one to experience pain. And what I think happens is that as she goes down in the chair, this one I think pins her arm or her hand up
Oh, in
against the
between.
chair.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's why you see her now just go into absolute pain.
Yes, you're right. Correct.
And then, determined to win, she goes around back and just
And destroys that poor girl.
right into the wall.
Absolutely destroys.
Oh,
And then,
wow.
to add insult to injury, then ends up on top of her as well.
So there's 3 events, yeah. Girl gets her arm smashed, girl gets her head smashed into a wall, and then girl gets sat on.
Sat on. And her legs smashed. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
And no attempt to get off of her that quickly. Just laughing away.
I kind of like old ladies in a hot tub. I don't think she was able to. I don't think she could get back up. I think
quickly.
that
quickly.
Because you see her kind of starting to do the turtle roll, like I got to get some momentum going.
Yeah.
It's like she's squishing a bug.
I know.
Look at the way she's like digging herself into that poor woman and just like.
Yeah. Bad enough I destroyed you into the wall. Now I'm just going to really grind you into dust.
Not only did I win, you're gonna pay.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the anguish cam. And there's a lot of anguish.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Anguish 1. There it is.
Right here. Oh, God. Yeah. That poor woman, arm about to break the wrong way.
Yeah. Absolutely. And anguish 2, you know, she's like, this is the worst day of my life.
But wait. You're going to feel much better very soon.
And, you know, we don't have a clear shot of her anguish.
Oh, my God.
Man, you know, let me go back a second. Even in slow motion, look how fast she goes for the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez.
Jesus.
Kabang.
Oh.
Yeah. And then anguish cam 3 is...
Oh. Now she's hurt because she's got a knee where it's not supposed to be. She's got a knee where a cucumber would go.
Yeah,
I mean, I just add that's a sturdy wall. That's a well-made wall. There's no dent in that wall. There's no hole in that wall. And the speed in which that woman hit that wall, there should be.
Yeah, you know what? It probably would have been better for her if the wall did give.
Yep, exactly.
Because now, look how long she rolls on top, like she's trying to make a pizza out of this poor woman.
Make the biscuits. Making the biscuits, rolling it out the dough.
Oh, wow. And as we always like to do, let's go back to the very beginning, and you realize how much chaos happens in such a short amount of time.
Yes. Oh. God bless.
I gotta say, no music actually playing, so I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. They're dancing. Jesus, climbing that way. That poor girl. Wow.
And
yikes.
That's how we do Twismo.
Twismo. Never play musical chairs with that lady, that's for sure.
Good. She will win.
Yes, she will win.
Plan on coming in second or third, yeah.
Yes.
All right. We're back next Wednesday at our regular
Correct.
time.
Yes. Like, share, subscribe, share the quickies, and spread the news of Mike and Molson Mangle the News.
Oh, that's the wrong button.